That shit is awesome. I mean, it's fucked up, but
that's the power.
Fatality.
What the fuck?
Alright guys, my channel, welcome back to Rijkaard Glory.
Oh my god!
So today, boys and girls, we're going to be looking at the 86 CDM Rijkaard. He's currently only going for 5 icon swaps, which is obviously the cheapest one in there. Personally, I don't think it looks that great. I'm just say it. I don't think it looks terrible. I think he's slightly usable, but I certainly wouldn't go for it myself, you know?
It makes me just so uncomfortable.
But to be fair, I haven't used him yet, so I'm not going to judge him, you know? We're gonna give him a fair shot, just like everyone else. He gets a fair shot before I judge him, but for me, it would be a no just looking at the card. But we'll give him the benefit of the doubt, and we'll give him a fair chance. So, boys and girls, we've thrown him into a cheeky little team, as you guys can see. If it would hurry up and fucking load, there we go. And yeah, we've thrown him in here. We're going to be playing him in this here. We're going to be playing him as a CDM in a 4-1-2-1-2. We're going to have Ken and Jamie Vardy up front, Politano as a cam, and then these two at centre mids. Defence exactly the same.
Okay.
I would use him in the main team, but I kind of want to spice it up a little bit. Use some cards I don't usually use. In fact, with a lot of these cards we've never used. Fabian Delphi, I've certainly not used on camera. Davinson Sanchez, I don't even know if I told you I did this, but it was really cheap, so I definitely did it. It was really good value, and he comes in handy every now and again. I might use him for more episodes and stuff. But yeah, great card. I'm glad I did that one. Obviously, we did the Quadrado ages ago. It was so cheap, and I never get the opportunity to use this card, so we've thrown him in. Obviously, getting the Amber link to Davinson Sanchez. But yeah, I wanted to use some cards I don't often use. Jamie Vardy as well. I don't use this card enough. He was so good when I last used him as well. So yeah, we wanted to spice it up a little bit. Okay, boys and girls, so let's talk about Rijkaard. So again, he only goes for 5 icon swaps. So basically, it's gonna take no grind whatsoever. You can play a little bit of FIFA and get this card.
When you start hearing people like that say things like that gives me a fucking hard on.
He's currently going for only 200k. I paid, yeah, 215k. So he's very cheap on the market right now. If you are thinking about doing this card and you do have the money, I would just say go and pick him up and then sell him afterwards. If you're going to consider doing it, I would just say try him yourselves. Yeah, if we dive into some of these stats, lads, you've got 6'2", low medium work rate. So interesting work rates there. He's 4-star weak for 3-star skill moves. 6'2" is obviously really good. The low medium work rates are very interesting. They're the same work rates as Sol Campbell. If I base that using Sol Campbell, it basically means that he's never going to get forwards, which is obviously good for CDM. And we take a look at some of the actual in-games then, lads. Obviously, the defending is really nice. The physical also pretty good. The pace is where this card is let down, to be honest.
Oh no.
It's not absolutely horrendous, it's just not that usable. It's certainly not enough to get you through to, like, you know, the end stages of the game. If you do pick this card up, I can't see him staying in too many teams for that long, if I'm being totally honest. The shooting stats are generally pretty dreadful. 58 finishing is awful. Long shots are Dribbling is also equally horrendous. 64 agility and 48 balance is genuinely terrible. 69 in-game dribbling, it could be worse, but it's not good. The ball control is obviously really good. Really good composure, if that means anything to anyone. That's really high composure. So yeah, looking at it, you've got a pretty imbalanced card. It's not a terrible card, it's just not particularly great. If you are going to get this card, I would say Shadow or a Catalyst at minimum. This guy needs all the pace he can get. Another thing with the card, lads, is he only has 75 stamina. If you are going to be playing him in the midfield as a CDM or a centre mid, that he ain't going to last too long. You're certainly going to be subbing this guy off in extra time if you guys play FUT Champions and stuff.
Don't kill me with this. You're killing me, man!
If I'm just looking at these stats, lads, if I'm being totally honest, I genuinely think this card's best position could be centre-back. Some of you guys might be looking at me weirdly right now, but if you're just looking at it like that, like 70 pace is okay for centre-back. It's not great for midfield. It's not terrible, but it will certainly do at centre-back. The defensive stats are really good. I definitely say 92 interceptions, 86 standing tackle. That's really good for centre-back. 88 strength is amazing for centre-back, and then the stamina's not that important at centre-back as it is in midfield. Plus, he does doesn't really have the greatest dribbling, so again, for midfield, it's a little bit dodgy. Not so much for CDM, but definitely centre mid. The dribbling kind of makes him unusable for centre mid. So yeah, I'd say his best two positions are obviously CDM, and then I'd honestly say centre back. This is a usable centre back right now. If you guys are going down a route of maybe using Rijkaard and Coman from the icon swaps, if you're doing something like that, you could obviously do a switch, because Coman would be perfect centre mid, Rijkaard not a bad centre back. That wouldn't be the worst thing you could do, honestly.
Hey, that's pretty good.
So yeah, that's pretty much Rijkaard in a nutshell, lads. It's an okay card. It's usable. It's very cheap on the market, which is again another reason I just wouldn't do it personally. But yeah, if you can't afford it and you just desperately want this card, maybe you want the Dutch links. In fact, if you want the Dutch links, go with that Seedorf, lads. Seriously, the Seedorf looks amazing. For me, this card is definitely a pass. But again, I will give him the chance. All right, he might be really good. You never know. Anyway, boys and girls, I'm gonna stop wasting any time. Let's just jump straight into a little bit of gameplay with Rijkaard. I think we will just use him at CDM in this video. I don't think he's a very usable centre mid, so I don't feel like it's worth using him there. As for centre back, I could use him there, but I'll just judge him from his CDM position, and we'll see if that would work as centre back. I'll just inform you of whether I think he'd be a good centre back or not. So without further ado, let's jump into game at number 1. Good ball to Jamie Vardy. Look at that pace, Jamie Vardy putting on the burners. Can he get an option? Should we go? We'll go there and then lay it off, and then Fabian Delph. Oh, what a rocket from Fabian Delph!
How does that happen?
Come on, Reich. God, he felt so slow, lads. I'm not even gonna front. He turns like a fucking bus. Oh, good tackle. Yeah, he doesn't turn very good at all. Oh, nice, Jamie Vardy. Back to him. Beautiful. Vardy! There we go. 2-0. Great football from the boys. Kent and Jamie Vardy linking up beautifully well. Little snow angel for the... Yeah, Rijkaard, this is you now. Come on, get that. Right, come on, lad. The way I jockey with him, just feel... Look at him. He's like a fucking mile behind. Please. Good block from Vieira. He feels stupidly slow. Like, slower than he should, if I'm being honest.
Why would you say that? Like, you put me in such an uncomfortable situation. Like, you know I'm not happy. You know I tried.
Grado, come on, lad. What's that run? No, I'm lagging. What is this bullshit? Davinson. Oh my god, please. Oh, that was BS, because I was lagging like a fucker there. Pulled it. Play. Beautiful. Jamie Vardy, can he finish? Oh, that was some cheek. That was some cheek.
Can I tell you something? I love it.
Right, come on, lad. This is you. Come on. He just gets turned by everyone. Come on. Just do one like really good thing. There you go. That's better. Come on, lad. Come on. You can do it. You can get it. Come on. You've got 18 strength, man. Get it. Yes, Rijkaard. There we go.
He really did it! He did it!
Nice. Jamie Vardy for the hat-trick. Great finish from Jamie Vardy there. Nice. Oh, Fabian Delph should be his second. Just, this team is, like, actually quite good right now. Like, it's actually kind of fucking sick. Fabian Delph, I'm loving this kid right now.
Help!
Overall, boys and girls, what a great performance from the team. Everyone playing pretty good, to be honest with you. Fabian Delph, what a player. Scoring one absolute rocket and a really nice finish. Jamie Vardy got a hat-trick. Ryan Kent was sick. Barella had a great game. What a team performance that is. As for Rijkaard, a kind of a mixed bag. It was kind of how I expected him to be honest. His tackling's fine. Like, when he actually is in the position to tackle, it's fine. His positioning's really good. He was always back, never got forward, not even once, I don't think. His passing feels great. Had no problems with his passing. Realistically, it is the dribbling and the turning that I had a big problem with. On the ball, he was pretty horrendous. Like, his dribbling is terrible, to be honest with you. And turning, like trying to like jockey players with the L2 was really hard, because he's so slow and so unagile. And that's a really important thing for a CDM, is to be able to quickly turn with attackers. You need to have that high agility, or at least, you know, decent enough agility and decent enough pace to where you can turn with an attacker, you know, so that you're not getting absolutely rinsed. Like, if Rijkaard went up against Messi, it would be a shit show. So I have to say, so far, I'm not a big fan of it. You know, I do like some things about it, but it's just not that great for a CDM. The most important parts of a CDM just aren't currently here with this Rijkaard. I think the prime Rijkaard is ideal. Like, he's got all the relevant, you know, areas. The pace is much better, for example, and, you know, it just looks a lot better. But this Rijkaard is just a little bit shit. It's just a little bit shit right now. But again, we've only played one game. I'm going to play one more with him. Maybe he plays really well in this game and it makes it worth it. Again, I do feel like as a centre-back might be a lot better. I do feel like his pace might be a bit of a problem at centre-back, but I don't think it'll be as bad or as noticeable as it is in the midfield. Yeah, anyway, let's jump into game number 2. What the fuck? What is this? Go on, Polly. Oh, that's beautiful. Oh, what's happening? Jamie Vardy. Oh my god, I've absolutely turned whoever that is for absolute days. Do you see that turning from Jamie Vardy? Who was that I just sent round rings? That was amazing from Vardy.
Disgusting!
Come on, Davinson. Go on, lad. Oh no! Frick! Well, that's no good, is it? Oh, Vardy. It's done well. Get back to Polly. Politano! How's he saved that then? Oh, go on, back. Nice. Ryan Kent! Oh, boys, we've got to bury some of these now.
Are you going to kill me?
I would certainly like to.
Put it right there. Oh! How is he Okay. How did Davidson miss that? Love this. Back to... Oh, it's magnificent. One more. Oh, yes, boys. That was saucy. Rijkaard. Let's have a little taste around. Okay. I need to put it back as well. All right. Yeah. Okay. Admittedly, this guy's not defending very well with this, but not that bad. Not that. It's. Oh no, I'm a child. Come on. Oh, it's falling around with my fucking CDM, and look at me. I've completely. Oh, don't remind me not to do shit like that again. All right.
You're a fucking idiot.
Go on. Oh, what a pass that is. Come on, Vardy. Give me that option, lad. Just go alone. Oh, what a strike. That was just counter-attacking football at its finest right there.
Oh, I'm sorry. I thought this was the bathroom. Oh, good lord.
But there you go, boys and girls. That about concludes things. What a decent performance from the team. I mean, the overall team as a unit was fantastic. Everyone was pulling their weight and doing a pretty good job, to be fair. Vardy and Kent were just ruining defences, to be fair. They were monstrous. But yeah, as for Rijkaard, that was a decent performance. Again, I stand by what I was saying. You know, he's good in some areas and not so good in others. He feels really slow. I'm going to say that. He's got a shadow card on him. He still feels slow. I do feel like a lot of that is down to the really bad agility and balance. I mean, that balance is like 48 or something. So that makes a lot of sense why he just doesn't move very quickly. He just feels really bus-like. He feels a lot like Lukaku. If you've ever used Lukaku in this game, he feels really similar to him. One thing I will say about this card, lads, is when I did go on that cheeky little run, my defense kind of fell apart without him. So, you know, it kind of speaks a little bit more in his performance. You know, maybe I wasn't giving him as much credit as he deserved. I don't think I was harsh on him. I think I was quite fair. But he did, when he got forward, my defense was kind of, yeah, not great. So, yeah, pretty much with this card, I really liked his positioning. It was really good. His defending's fine. His strength is really good. But as for the downsides, he just has really bad stamina. His pace is really bad. His balance and agility are terrible. You know, it kind of makes him a bit shit. There's definitely better CDMs out there, and I would say that if you can get one more icon swap, if it's possible for you guys, go and get that Hierro. I definitely think it's much better value than Rijkaard. But if you are going for one of the 19 icon swaps, let's say you're going for Luis Hernandez or John Barnes, I think they're both 19 if I'm not mistaken. If you're going for either of those and you want Rijkaard as a tag along, you know, so you can get two, then I would say that it's not bad. You know, it's not a bad card. Certainly not a bad card to have around the club. But I do think there's certainly better CDMs out there, and if you can avoid doing it, I would probably say don't bother doing it if you can avoid it and you can get someone else. But overall, not a terrible card by any means, just not a spectacular one. It was okay. Again, if there's any more icon swaps you do want me to try out, let me know. I think we're going to probably go with Nakata next. I was meant to do Nakata today, but I kind of just felt like doing Rijkaard. Anyway, boys and girls, I hope you did enjoy. If you did, smash that and subscribe. I'll see you guys for the next one, alright?